time because, well, first of all, I want you to hear the sound of my my altitude machine. It's not my altitude machine; it's actually a plant's altitude machine. But anyway, yeah, we're at about 10,000 feet right now, actually, which is kind of amazing. So we're also on top of that going to stack hypoxic breathing on top of the altitude, which is pretty exciting. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with going through the breath protocol. This is breathography. If you haven't learned it, you can go through my 4-week program for free at hypoxics.fitness. It's hypoxix.fitness. And there you can take the breath, brain, body program, go through all the breathography baby steps so that you can learn my breathing method step by step at your own pace, and then integrate it into a 4-week program where I teach you mobility, core, and total body strength, and how to use this breathing method in conjunction with that work. And so if you do have your ab ribbon, please put the ab ribbon on now because I'm going to be cueing that. I actually don't have mine on today. It's super embarrassing. I'm completely unprepared because I have been rushing around between clients. But for those of you who have been following me for a while, easy to see in all of my other videos, I have the ab ribbon on. The ab ribbon is basically external feedback. You can even use a leather belt or tie a bathrobe tie at the base of the ribs so that on the inhale, you can feel it tighten, and on the exhale, you can feel it loosen. For today, we're going to keep it simple. We're just going to practice the engaged exhalation or the engaged exhale of the breathography breathing technique. So that is an 8-second exhale, 2 beats on a blowing sound, 2 beats on a hissing sound, 2 beats on a soft shishing sound, and 2 beats on a loud shishing sound. It sounds like this. It's a continuous exhale. That's important because I want you to get to the end of your breath. The end of your breath is moving to a place where you're squeezing quite a bit of air out of your lungs so that you move to an involuntary inhalation. If the involuntary inhale doesn't happen every single time, completely fine, but over time you want to try to establish that abdominal strength to push a little more air out of your lungs than you're normally comfortable with in order to increase activation of your obliques, your transversus abdominis, all those muscles that help to push the air out of the lungs so that you get more obliques activated, transversus abdominis activated, which are key muscles in stabilizing your lumbar spine in these exercises. So let's practice. I'm going to go to the side here so that you can see. Sorry, I have so much lint on my shirt because I had a sweatshirt on over this. This is some style choice. Sorry about that. So the inhalation is always going to happen through the nose. We're going to take a double stacked inhale, 1, 2, filling the abdomen at the base of your ribs. So on the exhale, we're going to take 2 beats on a blow, 2 beats on a hiss, 2 beats on a soft shish, 2 beats on a loud shish. The volume increases over the 8-second exhale. It's what they're called the breath crescendo because you're increasing the intensity of the exhale over the 8 seconds. That's important because that's what's going to kick on those deep abdominals. So now let's take it again. I'm just going to breathe. You breathe with me. I'm going to breathe with you. We're going to breathe together. It's like we're singing together. That's one of the reasons why we make these sounds on the exhale. Ready? Inhale. 2. Now you're gently drawing your navel to your spine, and you're also lifting your pelvic floor if you know how to connect to your pelvic floor. If you don't, take my free program at hypoxics.fitness, hypoxix.fitness, and there you can learn the breath, brain, body program and my breathing method. Now, I'm going to grab a band for today to do some rotational work. If you don't have a band, don't even worry. You can absolutely do this without a band. That's a great thing about using breathography and using the breathing for these exercises, that you don't even need external resistance because you're creating internal resistance. Using your mouth and your tongue, you're creating resistance for your abs as you go through this exhalation. All right, but if you do have a band, great, because we're going to add that band work on. Okay, we're going to start with warming up the middle back. I like these bands; they're not too heavy. We're basically doing a Pilates 100. Let me shift you to the back just a little bit here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm digging my heels into the ground and I'm pulling them toward me. So if the floor were slippery, the heels would pull in like this. That's engaging my hamstrings so that I get even more deep abdominals in there. Okay, make sure there's equal resistance on both sides. Okay. And now here we're going to integrate that engaged exhale that you just learned, where we're also going to add a level of hypoxic breath. So you're going to do 4 taps on each breath stage, blow, hiss, soft shish, loud shish, and then you're going to do 10 taps on a breath hold. If it feels good to you, this is a way to develop CO2 tolerance. So we are going to add a level of hypoxic breathing while we are in a hypoxic chamber. You're not in a hypoxic chamber, but you're creating a hypoxic chamber in your body by doing this hypoxic breathing. So let's take it. Inhale, inhale, and Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So intense. Let's take that one more time. The second time we only do a 6 beat breath hold. I know you feel that carbon dioxide rising in your system with that one. Inhale, inhale. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6. That one's really great for posture as well. Now we're going to do it in rotation. This one. So I'm going to just single band it out here, little rotator cuff. Now this is one of my favorite exercises. It's a little advanced. So what you're doing is the tether point is on your left side. I'm holding the band in my right hand. I'm going to lean over to my right glute, just kind of Martha Graham style for anyone who's studied dance like me. You're going to Martha Graham it out because you're in a little bit of rotation here. Okay, this is advanced. You're going to do one slow slice on each breath, and then you're going to do 2 on the breath hold. Let's take it. Other hand behind the head. If you can maintain those obliques, squeeze the knees, and hold 1, 2, inhale. 2 more sets. Hold the breath. 1, 2, and inhale. Make sure that weight is on the right glute. Hold the breath. 1, 2. So much on the left oblique. I'm going to turn around so that we can do that oblique exercise on the other side. This is such a great one to get the obliques in there. You ready? So I'm going to try to go in this direction. If you have a hard time feeling your oblique, you can also press the near hand down into the ground and kind of push it forward as you sit on your left glute. So Martha Graham it out. So notice I'm putting more weight on my left than my right. It's turning on this oblique. Okay, I'm gently pushing my fingertips forward. Here we go. Hold the breath. 1, 2, inhale. Hold 1, 2, inhale. Hold 1, 2, and really, if you only have 5 minutes to get a couple core exercises in, I do recommend these core exercises. When you add your breath to your core work, you don't have to do as many repetitions because you're getting more activation in the deep core. You're getting more activation in those muscles that are going to help to prevent injury. And that's the primary purpose of doing the core work. Now, if the aesthetics or your goal, completely fine, because guess what? You're going to get deeper activation even of those superficial abdominal muscles when you're doing these ab exercises. So no matter your goal, doing an engaged exhale in conjunction with the core work is incredibly helpful. Take my free program at hypoxic.fitness and get yourself an ab ribbon, ABRIBBON. It's on sale for less than $20 right now on Amazon. I highly recommend it. And then join me next time. So we're going to do core work every day. Tomorrow we're going to do more glute work, leg work in conjunction with the long exhale that increases your carbon dioxide levels, and it also improves your tolerance to stress, which is pretty amazing. Okay, thanks for joining.